This video has the solutions to Lesson 8-3 Day 1. The slope of a line is a number that describes its inclination compared to horizontal. By inclination, I mean how is the line inclined? How is it slanted compared to horizontal? An uphill line has a positive slope. Here is an uphill line. 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 All four purple lines that I drew have a positive number for the slope. A downhill line has a negative slope. This line goes downhill. This line goes downhill. This line is downhill. And this line is downhill. All four of those purple lines have a negative number for the slope. A vertical line, which is perfectly straight up and down, has no slope at all. If you're asked for the slope of a vertical line, you say the slope is undefined. Now, to calculate this number that is the slope of a line, you use the formula for slope. Slope is the rise from one point on the line to another divided by the run from one point on the line to another. Now, what do I mean by rise? The word rise is referring to the difference between y-coordinates of 2 points on the line. What do I mean by the word run? The word run is referring to the difference between x-coordinates on a line. The y-axis goes up and down on a grid. So when you find the rise, you're finding the vertical change between 2 points on the line. When you find the run, you're finding the horizontal change between 2 points on the line. Here on the screen is the mathematical formula to calculate the number for slope when you have ordered pairs. If point 1 is this ordered pair, and point 2 is this ordered pair, then the difference of the y-coordinates is to take the value of y2 and subtract the value of y1. That means take the second number from this parentheses and subtract the second number from the first parentheses. In the denominator, x2 minus x1 refers to finding the difference between the x-coordinates. That means to take the first number from these parentheses and subtract the first number from these parentheses. To find the slope of a line, you use the two ordered pairs and compare the y-coordinates and compare the x-coordinates. The first part of the assignment are these oral questions where we have pictures of lines drawn on a grid and we're asked for the slope. Find 2 points on the line. Here is point A and here is point B. Now, what is the rise from point A to point B? Start at point A and count squares. 1, 2, 3. When you get to the correct height, now run until you get to point B. Count squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. For problem 5, the rise is 3 squares and the run is 4 squares. The slope is positive 3/4. Now question 6, find 2 points on the line, point C and point D. Travel from point C to point D. The vertical change is to go downwards on the grid, counting squares as you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm at the height where point D is. Because I went down, the change is -6 units. Now run to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. The rise is represented with -6 because you're actually going down the paper. and the run is positive 5. The slope is negative 6 over 5. Number 7, find 2 points on the line, point G and point H. Start from the point that's furthest to the left. That's the first point. From point G to get to point H, you rise 1 square. And now run to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. The rise is 1 and the run is 5. 1/5 is the slope. Number 8. Which point is further to the left? That's your first point. That's point J. The other point is point K. Travel from J to K, finding the vertical change and the horizontal change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units down. That's negative 5. Now run to the right. 1, 2. As a fraction, negative 5 over 2. Number 9. This is a horizontal line. The slope is 0. Number 10. This is a vertical line. The slope is undefined. Second part of the assignment are the written problems. This time, we're not given the graph to look at, so we can't count squares. But we can use the formula that you use when you have ordered pairs. That formula was given at the beginning of this video, and the formula is that the slope of the line that goes through the two ordered pairs can be found by taking the difference of the y-coordinates, so subtract the y-coordinates, and divide by the difference of the x-coordinates. Now, to use the formula, it's important that you know which of the 4 numbers are the different variables. The first point has the little 1s. The 8 is the x-coordinate of the first point, and the 4 is the y-coordinate of the first point. In the second ordered pair, those are the variables that have the little 2's in the corner. The 6 is the x-coordinate of the second point, and the 5 is the y-coordinate of the second point. Now make substitutions. y2 is the 5. y1 is the 4. x2 is the 6. x1 is the 8. 5 subtract 4 is 1. 6 subtract 8 is negative 2. This is the fraction negative 1/2. This line goes downhill. Every time you go down 1 square, you would run 2 squares to the right. Number 3. This is x1 and y1. This is x2 and y2. Now we'll use the formula. 5 subtract the 3 divided by negative 4 subtract the negative 6. 5 subtract 3 is 2. Negative 4 subtract negative 6 is 2. And 2 over 2 reduces to 1. The slope is 1. From one point to another, you rise 1 square and run 1 square. Number 5. This is x1 and y1, x2 and y2. 5 minus 3 divided by 6 minus negative 5. This makes 2 over 11. From one point on the line to get to another point on the line, you can rise 2 squares and run 11 squares. Number 7. x1 and y1, x2 and y2. Negative 1 subtract negative 3, and 0 subtract negative 2. This makes 2 over 2, which reduces to 1. Number 9. 4, 8 and 1, 3. How are the y values changing? The y has decreased by 5. How have the x values changed? The x values have decreased by 3. The change in y is -5, and the change in x is -3, and this reduces to 5/3. Now, the method that I showed in the video is different from what I was doing on the others, but is that really the same thing? If we label x1, y1, and x2, y2, and use our slope formula, will we get 5/3? We have 3 take away 8, and 1 take away 4. That makes -5 over -3, which reduces to 5/3. Number 11. How has it changed from the first point to the second point? How have the y coordinates changed? It has increased by 2. How have the x coordinates changed? It increased by 3. What is the change in y over the change in x? 2/3. This concludes the video.